we have a gentleman named Peter Papachronopoulos, whose name is so amazing. And it's so much easier to say than it is to spell. Just a little bit about Peter. He's a Chicago area playwright as well as storyteller, and he recently won. He recently won the stage-left Dreckfest. And for those of you who don't know what it is a contest for playwrights for who writes the absolutely most comically worst 10-minute play they can muster. Everybody, the winner of this year's Dreckfest, Peter Papachronopoulos.
Thanks, guys. So I wanted to start my story by having everybody kind of just make sure that they're relaxed in their seats. And I want you guys to harness the full power of your imaginations. And I want to take you all the way back to last Sunday. And I also want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to, as you do that, imagine a billowing cloud of smoke created by 1,000 puffs of 1,000 cigarettes, smoked by 1,000 elderly ladies. And I want you to have all that smoke enter your lungs at the exact same time. And the reason why is you'll understand where I was. I was actually across state lines last Sunday at a casino in Indiana. And yeah, it was a horseshoe. And it was great. Well, actually, it was great. It was Sunday, but it was also 10:30 a.m. And the reason why I landed there is because it was my best friend Mike's birthday, and we have a pact ever since we can remember where whatever one of us wants to do for his birthday, the other one always does that thing, always supports it. So for me, it's pretty easy for Mike to support me. I'm pretty chill. I just want to hang out with my friends, usually on my birthday, relax, drink something. Mike always has crazy birthday ideas that never pan out. So this year, 2 months ago, he calls me and he goes, dude, let's rent a cabin in Boulder, Colorado. Let's go snowboarding. And I'm thinking, we're broke, we don't have a car, and neither of us has ever snowboarded in our lives. Mike, but out loud I say this, absolutely Mike, that's what we're gonna do. Then a month ago he calls me and goes, forget Colorado, fuck that. We're gonna drive 14 hours to Atlantic City, we're gonna gamble. Can you take 3 days off of work? And I was like, I can absolutely take 3 consecutive days off of work to drive with you to New Jersey. Let's do that. Then 2 weeks before his birthday, he texts me at 2 a.m. one word with 3 question marks. Canada? I respond, what the fuck? 3 question marks. He doesn't respond for 2 days. And then he says, yeah, I think that'd be fun. And I'm like, let's just do it, fine. The day before his birthday, last Saturday, he goes, dude, fuck Canada. Let's just go to a casino in Indiana and play some poker. And I'm like, yes, because that's the least worst idea, so we're gonna do that. So we get his girlfriend's Prius, which is hilarious because we're saving the environment as we drive to destroy our bodies. We cross state lines, we're in the casino, the doors open, we get hit with cigarette smoke, cigar smoke, vaporized human sweat and shame a little bit, and somebody was definitely like barbecuing a lamb in the corner because that was mixed in. Hit us all at once, our lungs, our eyes are bloodshot and ready to go. We make a pact on our way to the poker tables that we're only going to drink Long Island iced teas the whole day, because that's how you obliterate yourself the best on a Sunday at a casino in Indiana. So I'm about 1.5 in when we hit the poker tables, and I actually end up going up about $30 pretty quickly, and I'm excited about this. So I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm a little drunk and I'm done. Mike is already, I've gained 30. Mike in that time has lost $200. He's like, I'm gonna stick around. I'm like, all right, dude, that's fine. I leave, but here's the thing. I'm in a casino in Indiana. I don't want to gamble anymore. My day is over, basically. So I grab my 3rd Long Island and I'm wandering around the slot machine area. And I basically look like an insane patient at a mental institution, because if you watch, I'm not playing the slots, and if you watch a million people play a million games, slot games, what happens is the same every time. You sit down and you push one of 20 buttons and you lose and you leave. That's every game of slots ever. So I'm seeing this and going crazy. At one point I had a robe on me, I don't know where that came from, I'm wearing slippers, I hit my head, I pass out, I wake up, Mike's there. He goes, dude, are you ready? And I go, absolutely. Because Mike at this point has lost $400, and we're on to phase 2 of the casino trip. We're hitting the fucking buffet. So we get to and every buffet is the same, right? Every buffet is like food you should never eat, but mounds of it, and for as far as the eye can see. The Horseshoe Casino in Indiana takes it up one more level because they take their food and they separate it at the buffet by region. So there's Asia, America, Latin, in Italy. So I'm like, let's do this, because I want to destroy myself with food at this point. I just want to get obliterated. Mike's the same way. I take a plate to the Italian section, and it's just like DiGiorno's, I think, and fried ravioli. Fried ravioli. The American section is fried chicken, fried gravy. The Asian section is crab rangoon and like a mop bucket full of some kind of noodle. And then my favorite was the Latin section, because it was just a tray of loose beef. Not flavored. It wasn't like taco. It was just loose, unflavored beef. There were no tortillas. There was no salsa. There weren't even like tongs to get it on. You had to like loosely grab fistfuls of beef. So I had fourths of everything, except for the beef. I had like fifths of the beef. Mike and I are shoving food into our face, and we can't speak because there's so much fried chicken just jamming into it. So we look at each other, and Mike looks at me and he goes, and then I look at Mike and I go, because we can't speak, but we're bonding. And it's a horrible moment, but we're still bonding. And it reminded me, Mike and I met 15 years ago. We grew up in New Hampshire. We were in a science class in 8th grade. We got randomly assigned to build a popsicle bridge. And I went over to his apartment that night, and we built it in 5 minutes. We had no idea. We just put like glue on the stick. We didn't know what we were doing. Then we did that in 10 minutes, and we played video games the rest of the night. And we thought we did a pretty good job. The next day, we were like, we'll be in the middle of the pack. It was the worst bridge. Not even close. Like, imagine the worst popsicle stick bridge. Light that on fire, and ours is worse than that. It's unbelievable. So in a movie, that would be the scene where the two heroes meet each other and then they rocket up. They invent Facebook and become billionaires. Mike and I are in the real world, so our friendship kind of craters at the casino when we were on 28 in Indiana eating the buffet food. We almost like fell asleep on each other, and then we realized we should get out of there, so we crawled back to the Prius, drive back to Chicago. Mike drops me off, and that's the day. So usually at the end of any day that's a long day for me, when I get home, I just kind of get naked right away. That's just a thing I do. So I get back, the day's over, I get fully naked. As soon as I do, emergency shit, gotta do it. Why? Why would I need to? Who knows? I run to photo finish, I get to the bathroom, on the toilet, and I don't want to be graphic. But if you've seen Jurassic Park, there is a scene where a Triceratops takes a Prius-sized dump, and they have to sort through it. And my dump completely obliterated that one. It was insane. At one point, it was a continuous molten string. It was like my colon had a black hole that was being fed from another galaxy, like a monster who ate stars, and it went through mine. It was like I had hydrogen fission coming out of my. So I really thought I was gonna die. And I looked up at the ceiling. It wasn't the heavens, because I live in a basement apartment. It's just a ceiling with water spots. And I really said, I'm gonna die continuously shitting in this toilet. And I said, God, if you could just save me, I'll be a good person. I'll never tell anyone this happened. Please. And he said, okay. And then this warm spot hit me here and spread through my whole body, and I felt so safe and loved. And when it got to my anus, I felt God touched me. His fingers gently closed my anus completely, and I started crying, and I fell off the toilet, and I was sobbing. And it was like a crime scene. It took me 2 hours to complete the whole crime scene. But that whole time I was reflecting on what happened, and I left and I got the phone, and I called Mike and I said, Mike, we have to go back to that casino. And he said, I was going to call you, we have to go back tomorrow. And I was like, you agree? And he was like, yeah. And I said, yeah. And he said, yes. And then I hung up the phone, and Mike hung up the phone. And then, honestly, the very next day, we did not go back to that casino. We completely forgot about it. But in that moment, we really wanted to. Thank you.